Have the retirement lonelies moved in, missing your people? Well, I have the perfect plan to cure those retirement blues and bliss. Turn them into bliss and fun and frivolity. How about hosting a party? Hi, I'm Amy Freeze, and I'm the founder of The Empty Nester. And I really think I need to be hosting a construction party. In fact, I think I might just do that. However, today I want to share some out-of-the-box party entertaining ideas for you. I know you might not be in the party mood. You might be thinking, who in the world would even want to come? Or maybe you're just fresh out of ideas. Well, I have got you. I have been known to throw a few parties back in the day. And I am looking forward to when I can get all of this stuff out of here and host a real true blue party and love on my friends, love on my neighbors, and just blow open the doors and say, come on in, the party light is on. So I want that to happen for you too, because sometimes when we're feeling a little lonely or down, sometimes doing the unexpected, stepping out, can be the best thing to do for yourself and for your friends. So I'm going to start with the month of June, because that's what we're in. And what do you think of when you think of June? Maybe it's weddings, brides, showers. Well, yes, I am a June bride. And 36 years ago, I wore that wedding dress for the first time. And about 10 years ago, I put that same wedding dress on. Now, it didn't quite fit the same way it did on the original day, but I didn't care. I was having a bridal party, and I invited my friends and said, okay, this is the dress code. You must come in your bridal gown, or a bridal gown if you've never owned one, or a bridesmaid's dress, or a wedding dress attire. Put on the wedding hat. Anyways, there were no hard cut rules except that it had to be wedding-ish. At first they were like, what? What do you want me to do? I can't fit into my dress. I'm like, figure it out. So those gals were arriving at my door with, some of them had safety pins in the back. I think one had some duct tape, and we just had a ball looking at the wedding dresses of yesteryear and the bridesmaids of yesteryear too. Now, this particular party, I rallied it around my mother. My mom owned a bridal shop back in the day, and when she sold it, she decided she wanted to write about it. So she had written a book called The Gown, the Veil, the Tucks, and the Tails. So I thought, what a perfect way to honor her with a bridal party. And that's just what I did. Now, you don't have to make this, it wasn't difficult. You get a cake, you get some champagne, have some beautiful music and flowers. You can serve some hors d'oeuvres, whatever you want. The fun is when your friends arrive in their wedding attire. You will enjoy this to the nines, I promise. And on the same note of weddings, how about a MOG party? A mob party. Mother of the groom, mother of the bride. Maybe you are, or maybe your friend. Honor your friend with a shower that is just for them. Now, they don't need to bring gifts, but it's just a way to kind of shed some light on the mother of the groom or mother of the bride, because oftentimes we kind of get shoved off into the corner. Last June, my son was married, and my friends hosted a MOG party. No one had ever heard of that before. But boy, we kind of started the ball rolling on that. And then my friend, whose daughter was getting married, she had a MOG party. And it's just, again, just kind of shifting the ideas and making it your own, having fun with it while you're doing it, and just having an excuse to get the gals together, maybe like you used to. And retirement, honestly, is the perfect time because schedules are a little bit more dialed down, and you can kind of really dive into the party planning. And again, it doesn't have to be extravagant. It can be simple. Don't take away what the main thing is, and that is just being together with the people that you love. Another party idea that could focus around a birthday, another special celebration. And this was something I did for my 50th, which is now approaching 10 years ago. But it was a favorite things party based on my favorite things. Now, sometimes us gals, we love throwing a birthday party and celebrating others on their birthday. But when it comes to our own, we kind of like, oh, push it under the rug. Well, this is your opportunity to love on someone else, give them the idea, or on yourself as well. So what I did for this is I picked the things that I really loved, reflected me, and that I wanted to share with my friends. So we started out with one of my favorite charities that I used to spend a lot of time with, called The Next Door. It's a transitional home for formerly incarcerated women. This was a party that came with options and choices for my guests, because 10 years ago, everybody really was busy, working, raising kids, all the things. So I wanted to give them the freedom of choice. So the first option was Friday morning meeting at this transitional home, and they were to bring something that could help the gals that were living there, whether it was paper towels, feminine products, clothes. I called the volunteer coordinator prior and asked, what do you need? So the gals showed up with bags full of things. And we all know that when we give, we receive so much more. And it was just a really, really blessed time. I remember leaving that particular time, and I was just like, oh, I just felt overcome by gratitude for just that opportunity. So you could even just choose a charity day and rally the troops and go do that. That becomes a party, an event that you won't forget. But the next option for my friends to choose from was an afternoon tea. My mom is the hostess with the mostest when it comes to throwing a beautiful tea party. And of course, she wanted to do something for me on my birthday. So I said, Mom, why don't you host a tea party? She had been doing that for me and my daughter, my daughter's friends, my sister-in-laws and cousins. So it was a perfect opportunity for her to bring out the china, bring out the fancy plates, the flowers, the cute little pedophores, and it was an afternoon tea so the gals could get there after work or after dropping off kids, and we just sat around and act like we didn't have a care in the world. We were just having our personal tea time. So that wrapped up the first day of events. The next morning on Saturday, I wanted my friends to paint with me. I have always loved to paint. I had a faux finishing business back in the 90s, and one of my good friends here had been leading women and showing them how to paint, had the canvases, the brushes. So I was like, Lane, I need you here to display your skills for me and my friends. And that's what we did on a Saturday morning. And I chose the subject of angels. And it was not a contest to see who painted the best angel. It was just fun, filling that brush with paint, chatting it up around the table as my friend Lane led us, kind of took the onus off me. And we had champagne, we had beautiful music, and just wonderful conversation. And boy, it just really touched my heart. And I think it could touch yours and your friends too. Maybe it's a different activity that you'd want to do, not painting. But then of course, I ended the birthday celebration with a dinner and small intimate group. So I hope those ideas, get those entertaining juices flowing. And I'll leave you with this old-fashioned idea that maybe you haven't considered. What about a slumber party? Like you did back in the day, probably back when you were a teenager, right? It's been a minute. Well, I think retirement is a perfect time to bring out the PJs, the junk food, and the silly laughs, games, whatever you want to do with you and your pals, and have a night designated for no slumbering, just fun and games. Oftentimes when we go out for dinner, we get interrupted. It's short and we don't get to cover all the conversation topics that we want. So I hope that a few of these ideas have inspired you, have encouraged you. So I challenge you. Choose one of them or build upon them, or start thinking about what you and your friends would have fun doing together. Don't get stressed out about the work involved. Don't get stressed out thinking that it has to be perfect. You can have a beautifully imperfect, perfect party. The whole point is saying goodbye to those blues and blahs. And a lot of times it's just connecting with those that you love and changing it up a bit and having some fun while you're doing it. So I sure hope you'll join me again back here on the Empty Nexter. Please subscribe. Please share a comment. What's the last party you hosted or went to that was a lot of fun? Or do you have a question about how to do something that you're thinking about? I would love to help you out. I love to host, and I can't wait to host again without ladders in my way. So until next time, be blessed.